Hope you're doing well. If you have jumped on, if you have, as soon as I figure out if we're actually live or not, get involved in the comment section. Let me know you're there. If you want to ask anything, chat about anything, just while I mess about with some of this. There we go. Hope you're doing well. If you have jumped, there we go. Right. Not too sure how I keep the comments up on this page. Let's see if that is showing over. Yeah, okay. I think we might have the hang of this, which is quite cool. Yeah, that works as well. Yeah, so if you're hanging about, feel free to let us know. That will be me, so let's just close that, because I think okay, if I do that, I wonder if that's what you can see. Make sure that's all okay. So jump over here and mess about a bit. It's a lot of money into it. So I'm in the middle of trying to work out my P&L at the moment, so I'm kind of having to go through, because Ethereum's done really well the last couple of days, I'm having to go into Coinbase and work out exactly how much I paid for my Ethereum, because as much as like everything's logged in your gallery, but there is a little transaction, kind of sling at the beginning, which I don't want to ignore. So I want to know exactly, what my actual input has been, because I think it's doing really, really well. If I was just to go based on the actual gallery and just work it all out from what's listed here, it's like 800 quid put in, and the Ethereum alone is up about a third. If I was just to sell it point for point, never mind if I was going to try and actually push the value up on some of them, because they have, got a new kind of shine on them with the new seasons coming around and everything else. So I suspect I'll be able to sell a fair amount of these guys for a bit more than what I've paid for them. And but yeah, so I think it's going pretty well. So I just thought I'd mess about and try and work out before we do the power hour tomorrow. Just make sure these buttons work and just try and make sure everything is okay. I can watch this back, and I'm going to mess about with them like. I've got a few things going on in here. I've got a lot of toys, and they're on display, cool lights and stuff. When I withdraw from Football Index, most of the time I'm buying something that's in here. You know what I mean? So, sometimes I look at my portfolio and I think oh, I should have and could have made a lot more money on this. But then I come into this room that I've built with Football Index profit, and I just think I'm so happy I've got all this shit. I just love it. So I've just got this little battery pack thing that I'm plugging in some of my lights, because I've had a few of the videos where I've done it with the light. This is just the main bulb in the this kind of massive cupboard thing that I've got. But I've also got some wee LED lights that go around on my toys and stuff. Boom. So I've got this, and oh, where's the other battery? Oh shit. See, I actually quite like the way this looks, but I think just recording in that kind of little bit of darkness, I don't know, does it look creepy? I think it looks alright, but I don't know. Plus, I like to see all the stuff that's in the background lit up. I've got another battery for lights to go over here. Boom. Gives us a bit more light. And yeah, so this looks okay as well. I think actually kind of clears up the top bit. I wonder if we change colour. What do we think? What do we think? This is really for me to watch back later. Oh, so we've got somebody in. Hey Bash, how do you think the price of Ethereum will affect new users to so rare? Well, do you know, actually, that's a really good question. I was actually thinking about that before I came on and done this. And do you know what? The British pound is pretty strong. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I kind of look at it. Especially when you compare it to the dollar. The dollar's kind of slid off a bit, you know, so the pound's pretty strong, man. And I think most people's pricing, because when you're on the website a lot of the time it's dollars it shows you, sometimes it's euros, only it very rarely shows me pounds. It's so weird. So I think the fact that the pound is actually, it appears to me anyway, be quite strong, is I don't think it really affects us as much. Fair enough, the actual price of Ethereum's went up, but if people are having their dollar going down as well, then majority of people that are using dollars will feel the pinch. So it gives you a bit of an edge still. I wouldn't really worry about it personally, but in terms of new users, see, this is nice and light, isn't it? But I like it. It shows you, like, you know, we all know it can go up and down, you know, and it is dangerous to buy when it is on an up. But my kind of attitude to it is really, well, if it goes back down to where I was originally buying it, I'm not, you know, my old, and that's what I'm trying to work out with this Coinbase thing as well. It's just exactly where I'm at on my pound to Ethereum transactions. You know, that's what I really want to see as well. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. If you can let me know anything what you think about the lights, or I can also do this as well. Like, you can have them like do shit. Like, this is smooth fade. What's my fade's quite cool. It just kind of bleeds between them all, slowly but surely. Looks really good for the toys. Got strobe, but this probably isn't going to look good. Like good. Oh, some of them want the strobe, and the other ones are way around. That's changing. If you've been on the channel for a while, that's my mom phoning me. It's an old trope. It's an old trope. We've been doing this a while. So I'm just, yeah, well, interesting for me to see this later, just see how everything looks. I also have this other lamp as well that I've put on, and now the lamp has 3 different colours, right? So I turn on the first time, we get this kind of blue colour, kind of matches in with like this. And then we've got a kind of a big white, just like that. So it kind of lifts the light in the room a bit when we're just on normal light. And then we've got this kind of purpley tone, probably matches in with like that. Yeah. So how does all that look? I think purpley tone doesn't look good on the camera. This is what I've done most of the time. This is exactly how it is now. So just nice to fuck about with it and just see exactly how it all looks. The light looks good. Love the faded green. Audio sounds good too. Hey Bash, what a guy. Cheers, man. Cheers. I'm absolutely buzzing. I ended up picking up a Pity Martinez, or as he's listed on this, a Gonzalo Martinez on auction earlier. So I'm going to need to do another little deposit later on today, just to work out exact. I need a bit more firepower. I'm after a blue attacker. So I'm really after that now. Got a Jesus Medina at a great little price as well. It's before he scored in New York, put out Toronto. So I'm hoping he can kick on and do pretty well. And, you know, I've got him a little snip, which is cool. And again, João Philippe, again, he's not listed in a lot of websites or places as João Philippe. He's actually listed as Jota. And that can get, you know, so this guy can go under the radar on occasion as well, just from naming issues, really, on different apps. Not every app, just on some. So it depends what people use. Some people might miss, you know, trick or two, not realizing this is somebody else. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the whole gallery, to be honest with you. I'm getting a wee bit greedy now. Like I worked out it's roughly about £800 I've sunk in to get to about £1,000 level. I think that would be decent. Foot stock's up at about 1,500 and Football Index is up at about 1,200. So if I have this about one, then I'm quite happy with that. Across the three, it's a nice week kind of spread, and we'll start to utilise all three things, you know, in tandem. And this next season, especially, it's going to be mental, absolutely mental. So I think so. I'm quite happy to, you know, the price of Ethereum. It seems to me, right, and this might be quite shallow, but it seems to me whenever Ethereum has been doing well, there's been things like the power hours coming up, or they've announced MLS, or they've signed in our club. You know, I've always thought that like it's in demand a bit more. So the price has been up, and then you wait for like it to go back down, but then maybe something else has happened that's irrelevant. It goes back up again. So I think this is a kind of a self-fulfilling kind of prophecy almost. You know, if this does well, the currency that's in use will carry value also. Yes, I'll be doing future videos for everything. I think I'm actually, sorry mate, I hate to be rude, but I think I'm going to go, so I think I've got somebody at the door. I've got to go pick up the car. But yes, I will be doing videos on everything forevermore. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and take care. Bye-bye.